All right, things moving along rather quickly these days, something left and right. You have to keep your eyes on all avenues. I just did a big report on the UN looking for officers, looking to hire officers, posting the jobs in New York so they can come in and disarm the American people. That is a huge red alert, and I told people you better spread it far and wide. I'll actually link it to this, but it looks like the UN is getting involved again, and this is big. This is where people need to pay attention, because if they do this in Detroit, they're going to start making moves all over the place. I still have got no logical explanation for why the UN is plotting a disarmament campaign in the United States in New York. And it's like people are like, oh well. I'm telling you what, when these blue helmets come through here, you better be ready. This is what they're doing. They're designing situations to where they're making the states force the people to go without. Now, while Obama is busy shipping new people, illegal aliens that are not righteously part of the United States yet, shipping them all across the country, paying for their cell phones, their lawyers, their transportation, the whole nine, you have citizens, children, in his own backyard that are going without water. And we all need water to survive. And see, the national average up here is $75. It's $40. They're paying $75, so nearly double. And it just goes to show that the Obama administration is not focused on helping the problems that we have here. Bridges and roads falling apart, collapsing. No, not worried about it whatsoever. So what does that lead? That leads the people to say, all right, if Obama and no one else wants to help us, we're going above your head. We're going to the big boss, so to speak, in their eyes, and that's the UN. And they're like, come on in. We're begging for your help. Do you see what's taking place? They are beating them down into submission. They're cutting them off. And now the people, having no other choice, thinking it's the right thing to do, are begging for the United Nations to come in and ease this humanitarian crisis that is taking place in your own backyard here in the United States, Detroit. Now, it's no secret Detroit has been broke and bankrupt and this and that, and it may not be the prettiest city out there, but I tell you what, it's an American city. And if you let the UN, if you do not take care of your brothers and sisters and start to get this together, and you let the United Nations come in here to handle the situation, once they're in here, it's done. And if they're keying in on a place like Detroit and a place like New York, I'd watch out for anything in between. That whole sector. New England, the Northeast, I'm telling you, the UN has got their sights on that area. So this is just another heads up. We need to get it together here in this country, because when people go begging for the UN for help, the UN's going to come running. This has been Dabu 7. Eyes open.